Hello everyone, Braden here, and today I'm going to be doing a DAC tutorial. DAC is Dynamic AI Creator. It's a utility in Arma 2 that lets you dynamically place AI around the map in a given zone. You choose how many groups, what side they're on, and how many waypoints they have, the size of the groups, etc., etc. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you what you need to do to set up a zone or multiple zones. So first things first is you need to place down a unit. The unit needs to be player, right? I chose scout because they have optics, right? And then this is important. The player needs to be named S1, right in the name slot, right? Okay, that's how it interacts with the. This is how the DAC logic interacts with the player. All right, once you have a player and it's whatever named S1, right? Then you can go make a new unit. Game logic will become available to you, and the class of DAC will become available to you. And you want to use the DAC intern uh, units. Now you could use DAC extern. However, DAC extern requires that you place files in the mission folder and express certain things if you want them to be different than intern. Intern just goes off the base files of DAC, right? So next thing is next, right? So we got this. We want to make a trigger, right? Okay. And here's how we set up a trigger. I'm gonna make a 150 by 150 area. The activation needs to be game logic. It needs to be repeatedly. The type needs to be none, and it needs to be a countdown, right? Its name needs to be something. So this is gonna be a blue 4 thing. So I'm gonna name it blue 1. All right. The condition, right? It can be pretty much anything you want it to be. I'm gonna put it as true, but you could also do something like time greater than 1 or time less than 1. So it'll start almost immediately. You know, that's how that goes. Alright, I'm back. So where was I? Oh, yes, here. So this condition can be anything. So you could make it time equals 1. So at 1 second, it'll initialize. But I like using my. Why can I not spell today? Right. I like making mine true because that it just is, right? So it's always there. Okay. So then I paste this long thing because I don't like typing it out. Right. Okay. So let's start piece by piece. So this is. I'm not exactly even sure what this is. I haven't seen it be called anything, but nil doesn't work. I use fun because isn't it fun? And there are other adjectives you can put there, but I use fun. Anyways, so then this is the name of the zone. So this and this need to match up or you have problems. So, and you can name this like whatever. I could name it like Zabumafu or something. I don't know, and it would work. It it just needs to be the same because these two rely on each other. It relies on the name of the zone to place within the zone. Okay. So then next things next is that this is the zone group. So this zone is in group 1. Alright. And this is whether the zone will be... This is whether the units will be placed. And if it's 0, that means they're going to be placed. If it's 1, that means they won't. This is whether the waypoints will be placed. So if it's 0, it means they will. If it's 1, it means they won't. This is the infantry area. This is the wheeled vehicles area. This is the tracked vehicles area. This is the helicopters area. And this is a completely separate area. So these things need to be included. So this is what side the zone belongs to. 0 is east, meaning op 4. 1 is west, meaning blue 4. And 2 is RACS, independent. 3 is... Hold on. Ugh. Sorry about that. I had to yawn. 3 is civilians, right? This is what unit group they're going to be called from. So blue 4, op 4, independent, civilian. And this is the AI preset. So like blue 4 is going to be hostile to op 4, etc., etc., etc. And these two have to deal with camps, which basically respawn troops, and I always put those like that. So there you go. Your trigger should look with all these kinds of things like this, and then you can make these kind of whatever. This needs to be some kind of it will activate or is going to be active, and then this is pretty much almost non-negotiable except for inside these brackets. Alright, so in each box there are little parameters that you need to set. The first parameter is the number of groups that will be spawned. So let's do 6 groups. Okay. The next parameter is the number of units per group. So we want, I don't know, 4 infantry groups per group, 4 infantry units per group. So that should spawn 4 guys approximately. I think the numbers, I think 4 might be anywhere from 4 to 6 units. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know, it seems like it changes every time I try this. And then next parameter is the number of waypoints in total. Alright, so I usually try to even these out, make it even between all the things. So let's do 60, right? And then they can each have 10 waypoints. Each group will have 10 waypoints. So this number is the number of waypoints total. So whatever the waypoint is, that's the total number of them. And this is the number of waypoints that these groups will be able to call from, right? So now that we've done all that, let's preview and see what happens. This is taking a while. Oh, there we go. Alright. We're getting wonderful frames. Hold on, I need to down. So there on the right, you can see the screen. It gives you what the zones, right? So there's one zone. The name of it is blue. It's to the side west, and it gives you kind of a square kilometer. The number of waypoints generated and the number of units generated, and then it gives you the results. So there's 60 waypoints created and 32 units created, and 6 groups. So if we look out this way, and my frames are just atrocious, we can see those groups right out there. They're just kind of all walking around, right? Because they've got their waypoints. Yep. So they're out there and they will stay within that area and do things within that area. So there's that. Oh, having some weirdness. Alright. So enough with those. Let's try out let's do wheeled vehicles, and then I'll show you something kind of cool. So for this one, we're going to do 2 groups of 4. And now, if this does it like it normally does, I'll show you what's up. I want 5 waypoints for each. And I'm also going to make this like 100 meters. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now, if you notice something, you may notice, I'll stop moving. You can see that there are 2 separate groups. One group is Humvees, right? And I said 4 units per group, right? So, why did we get 3 Humvees and 1 transport truck with a bunch of transport? Alright, so that Humvee has, looks like there's 2 people in it. This Humvee has a full Humvee. Alright, and then there's that, yeah, there's the Sting Humvee. So, all these guys got out of this truck. So what's different with transport vehicles is that it spawns the driver and passengers. It also spawns, depending on how many you've set, a group of men to go in that thing, and it'll give it a disembark order, and they'll get out of it. So now you've ended up with a lot more AI than you might want. Exactly. Same with the Humvees, except they normally stay in their vehicles in Humvees or armed vehicles, with the exception being the Amtrak and the LAV. Well, see, there, that guy just got out. He's gonna go. They all just got out, actually, except for their gunners, which is important. Alright, so now we're going to explain some basic things you might want to know, and then I'll show you something cool. So, things you might want to know is that within this zone, the AI kind of operate with a hive mind. See, they're all part of one group, right? They're all part of this Zone 1 group. Okay? And when an enemy unit or something is in this zone, they will move themselves to flank it or attack it directly or something of that nature. Now I'm gonna make this only infantry for the next little bit. So I'm gonna do 5 groups of 3, and I'll be right back again. Sorry. Alright, I'm back, and I set up this thing right here. So we're doing 5 groups of 3, 10 waypoints to each. So we're doing, but I set up something else in Op4 group, right? So same amount of units, just different Op4. So this side belongs to the east. They're going to pull from east units, and they have an east or Op4 disposition with their AI, right? I named it Op1, good. And then, so that I don't get shot by the Op4, I changed to independent and set it independent friendly to everybody. Alright, so I'm going to load this up and I'll show you what happens when we get inside. Alright, so now that we've got in the game, we can see that you can see some units right there and some over there and some over there. Now let's see what happens. So we've got the Roosties over here. We've got the Americans. Rooski, Americans. Russians. So, you know, they're gonna fight it out. They're kind of, you know, they're just like AI. Not exactly the best. But if you notice one thing, I got one shot. That's because the way DAC does AI. Ow. What the fuck is shooting me? Trying to kill things. Anyways, they... Anyways, independents are inherently unfriendly in DAC intern without 4. So keep that in mind for whatever. So you can change that, but it won't. Oh man, I'm really yawning, and I don't know why. You can change whether or not they're friendly toward independent or not, but that's an extern thing, and I don't want to deal with that in this kind of short and sweet tutorial. So I'm going to delete the blue 4 thing, and I'll show you what I mean by them. Actually, just gonna try to get cover. So when they spawn in, I should be their only target. And see, they're acting like they've hit the hostiles nearby. And there you go. He started shooting me. So, you can see the Russians don't like independence. And they will follow me outside of the zone, but I'm not going to show you that. Alright, so, actually, let's see. It's blue 4, yeah, okay. I want to show you that blue 4 is friendly with independence, so. Or they used to be. Yeah. See how they're totally fine with me? I would have been dead already.
Guys, get ready for a waltz!
We'll secure this area.
So there you go. That's pretty much the end of my DAC tutorial. If you have any questions, you know, if you're a part of a member of Core Tactical, just ask it in the forum post that this will be linked in. If you're not, go ahead and ask down in the YouTube comments below. I'll try my best to see your comment and explain things to you. Have a nice day.